we go to the 3D Polyline Editor. So we have made quite a bit improvements here. So this command is available in the site design module. So let's see what we have added here. Okay. So I will just create like a polyline. So this is more of like a common tool which you can use for various different things, like finding the position of pipes or something like that, where you need to drape something on the surface. So I will go to the site design ribbon tab, which is also available in the common ribbon tab here. And if I click Polyline Editor and select this polyline, this is now only a 2D polyline, which I want to change it to a 3D polyline. So how do I do this? By using the right click, we get some options here. So we have added an option to delete polyline, to reverse it, to reverse the direction. But we also have already an option here to tessellate and to convert to 3D and to drape this on the surface. So let's go to tessellation options. And as you know, we don't have any arcs in 3D, so arcs are only possible to draw in 2D plane. So we need to segment those arcs for the 3D polylines. So we can do this with using this command here. So we actually defined the distance between the arc and the polyline, 3D polyline. So let's check this. So I will use 1 meter and convert this to 3D polyline. And as you can see, this was segmented and we have quite a bit of like distance between the original line and the newly created 3D polyline. So maybe for this example, I will use like smaller value here. So maybe let's do 5 centimeters or even less. So as you can see, it's a bit more correct now. Okay, now that we have a 3D polyline, so maybe in this case I will just make it a little bit bigger. In this case, we have added an option to also like do this for multiple lines at the same time. So let's do that. Okay, so I will use all of those 2D polylines. So now you have an option to select multiple and convert them to 3D polylines. So we have new polylines and we can filter out only the 3D ones. And here we can also drape them. So we will select all of them and we will raise them to the surface elevation. So we have two options here to move all the vertices on a polyline, but also an option to add vertices where we break the 3D face or all of those points. So maybe let's use that. We can use any surface, so civil, briquette, or CGS surface, or 3D faces. And here we have now all the 3D polylines, which all of them have their own elevation. So as you can see, they are quite different in elevation. And we can use maybe some other options that are available now. If we select multiple points or multiple vertices, we can actually raise or lower that. So we can make it like 1 meter beneath the surface or something like that. And we can also interpolate heights. So if we say that, I don't know, this is on 150 elevation, and this is maybe on 200, that we can actually select. So it will use the first and the last point, and it will interpolate all the points in between. So this can be quite useful in some cases. We also added an option to delete points, so you have this option here. And yeah, that's about it. So another actually great tool to use